We have a piece of pixel art now, and I want to look at how to make it a bit more interesting. You can add a background to it like this. You can see there's some effects here. It's kind of glowing, and there's a drop shadow. You can also duplicate your image and make a pattern. And then if there's time, I'll even show you some interesting filters that you can add. So back to our pixel art. The first thing I want to do is export this at a larger size. This is a small canvas. So instead of save, I'm going down to export as PNG, portable network graphic. So the width is 200 pixels right now. That's little. Let's say 600. You might experiment with anything from 400 to 1,000. And you can see that when I type return, it looks all squishy and distorted. If I use this link button, then the height will adjust as well and the image will stay proportionate. So PixelCat 3, that's not a good name. I'm going to write PixelCat Video. This is the PixelCat I'm using for my video. That will help me find it in a second, as you'll see. I'm clicking save. I want to open that file again. So I'll click File, Open, and there's my PixelCat video. You can see I've got 5 different pixel files right there, and this one was easy to find because I wrote video in caps. That's the whole point of titling your file, is making it easy to find later. So I'll click open and we've got something that looks the same, but when I zoom in, you can see there's some differences. For example, the outline here is at least 3 or 4 pixels wide. Whereas in the original file, it's just 1 pixel. So this is a way you can change your pixel art by making it bigger. It will affect the way it looks a little bit. Let's take a look at some options for changing this file. I'm going to put a background in first. So you may remember that's Shift Control N, and I'm going to use my gradient tool. The gradient tool is where we found the paint bucket earlier. In the top left here, you can see these interesting colors. This is what I'm fading between. You can click on the colors and change the pattern here. It's pretty fun to experiment with. Okay, good enough. Then with the gradient tool selected, I click and drag, and my mouse disappeared. I mean, my cat mouse. God, you know. Okay. I'm going to move this layer underneath, and now we can see the cat again. Up to select the cat, and I'm going to show you some rapid fire tools so you can get to work. If I right click on the cat's layer, you'll see your blending options. This one is called Satin, not Satan. That would be Satan, just FYI. But you've got a lot of options here, and for each one, there's quite a bit of settings. So if I do this drop shadow and then actually click on drop shadow, you can see my options here. There's a angle and opacity, distance and spread. I kind of like spread for not spread. Noise is cool for pixel art because it becomes pixelated and it kind of matches the style. But you need to just experiment with all these. There's lots of different ones. I'll keep the drop shadow. Um, Also, let's look at our time here. Yep. Also, duplication is a great way to create some patterns. So I'll right click, duplicate layer, and then I can move these. These guys are too big for me, so I'm going to hold Shift, select both of them, and in my move tool, click transform controls and make them a bit smaller. With both of those selected, I can duplicate again, and pretty quickly you can have a pattern with lots of characters. I will select all of these, right click and choose merge layers. So now this is just one image with 4 cats, and I can do some more interesting things with patterns. Duplicate this one final time, and then I'll show you some of your layer options. Why don't we flip these upside down? That looks more fun to me. And this would be a great way to explore some of our filters. I'll merge these again, shift, click, right click, merge layers, and now you can check out some of the filters. Kaleidoscope is fun, but a lot of these are really neat, and you just need to spend time going through them. All right, I'm leaving this one like that. Or like this. Okay. Have fun, make something interesting. You can experiment and mess around a lot. I am super duper excited to see what you make here. Bye.